Hi, and thanks for joining us for our class today. So today we're going to go through a glute strengthening class designed for runners, as it's really important for runners to keep these glute muscles strong. So let's get started. So we'll bring those toes apart and those heels apart, so those feet at that hip width distance. Just to start with, we're going to transfer that weight coming to the front of your toes and then back onto your heels. So just gently forwards and back. Just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements, so that weight's going nice and evenly down through those feet. Those knees are nice and soft, not locked back from there. Hands up onto your pelvis, and very gently we're just going to tilt that pelvis forward and then tilting it back. So just looking to find that midpoint between those two movements, so that pelvis in a nice neutral position. Fantastic. That core is gently engaged, those ribs are soft, collarbone's nice and wide, and that neck is nice and long and lifted from there. Okay, so we're going to start by just warming up through these legs into our squat motion. So we're just going to imagine that you're sitting that bottom back behind you. So you want your weight to go back onto your heels. So we take a breath in. As we breathe out, drop that bottom back and lift up. Good. And again, drop down and lift up. So you're really sitting that weight down onto your heels as you drop down, lift up. Those knees are staying forwards, okay? So they're going over my toes as I drop down, lift up. Good, so just a few more here, warming up into this movement. Lovely. If you want to, we can drop our hands down in front and lift up. Drop down and lift up. Drop down, lift up. Good. And again. Drop down, lift up. So this next one, we're going to drop down. We're going to hold it here. Do 5 little pulses. So we go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift up. Good. Drop down, hold it here. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift up. Excellent. Okay, now this time we're going to drop down again, hold that here, and we're going to raise the heel, and then the other heel. So we're alternating sides, raising the heel, really getting those legs working. Well done. Keep going each side if you can. Raise the heel, the other heel. Good, and again each side. Breathing in and out, and one more each side. Back to that centre and lift back up. Fantastic, well done. Really warming those legs up. Okay, so we're going to do a single leg dip now. So we do a lot of this motion as we're running. So it requires a lot of control through that pelvis. So we're going to keep that core engaged, that pelvis nice and level. Coming onto one leg, we're just dipping that knee down and come back up. So that knee is going straight over those toes and lift up. Let's do 8 more, so 8. Good. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and lift back up. Fantastic. Same on the other side, so opposite leg, keeping that pelvis level. Remember, core engaged, that knee going over the toes, and lift up, dropping down. Good, 8 more here, so we go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, and then back up. Fantastic. Okay, so feet back to that hip distance apart. We're going to really weight these glutes up a little bit more and do a standing clam movement. So if you can hook one foot behind the other, the leg you're standing on is working hard to support you, so that knee is slightly soft, and we're opening out and back into this clam movement. Good, now we're keeping those hip bones forward, so headlights on those hip bones. Keep them pointing forwards as you're opening out through that hip and just engaging those glutes. So this is particularly your glute med muscle, that side bottom muscle, as we're opening out here, keeping up nice and tall, that core engaged, well done, reaching out and back. So just opening out through that hip and back, lovely. We'll just do a few more here, opening out and back. Good, open out and back. Last few, this leg's working hard, make sure that knee's soft. Good. Lovely. Let's do one last one. And back, lovely, and back down. Good. Okay, same on the other side. That leg you're standing on is working hard, that knee soft. We're going to hook this opposite leg behind and open out and back. So keeping those hip bones forwards. That pelvis level, well done. That core engaged. Opening out and back. Good, so we're just opening out through that hip, keeping up nice and tall, lovely. hip bones staying forward, so those headlights still pointing forwards on those hip bones. Lovely, well done. Opening out and back. Let's do a few more here. So really firing off, waking up those glute muscles, that glute med here to that side. Well done. And again, opening out and back. And again, last few. 2, well done. Let's do one last one. And then back, well done. And relax those legs down, very good. Okay, so I'm going to come to the end of my mat to do a few roll downs from here. So we're going to take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the floor. Take a breath at the end here. As you breathe out, gently restacking, bringing that spine back up into a standing position. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, curling down through that spine, rolling those hands down towards the floor. Breath at the end there. As you breathe out, gently restacking back up into standing. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands slowly down towards the mat. Breath at the end here. As you breathe out, restacking that spine into standing. Okay, one last time, breath in. As you breathe out, tuck that chin down, rolling those hands down towards the floor. And we're going to stay here in this position, so take a breath in. As you breathe out, if you can, sink down a little bit further. Breath in. As you breathe out, sinking down. Then we're going to soften those knees and walk our hands down into our 4-point kneeling position from here. And we're going to continue our class from here. Okay, so we've come down into 4-point kneeling. So from here, make sure those hands are underneath those shoulders. Those elbows should be locked back. So just those insides of the elbows should be facing each other. Knees are underneath those hips. So we're just going to start by finding that neutral. So you can still just tilt that pelvis forwards and back. Just looking to find that neutral position as we did in standing. So that pelvis is just tucked under, that tailbone just tucked underneath you a little bit. And that back is nice and flat from here. That core's engaged, you're just lifting that belly button up in towards your spine. Good, okay, so we're going to tuck those toes under. I'm going to do a leg lift here in prone. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, just going to lift the knees just an inch or so off the ground and then lower back down. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lift up. Breath in here. As you breathe out, lower down. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, just lifting just that inch off the ground. Breath in and then lower down. Good, and again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up and then lowering from here. Good. Now we're going to bring our hand, another hand and a half in front, just so these hands are slightly in front of you here. I want you to imagine you've got that box underneath you. We're not going to go through the box, we're going to go over it. So we're going to lift up again over that box and then come forwards diagonally here. Breath in. As you breathe out, going back and lowering. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, I lift up over my box, reach over it. Good. Breath in. As you breathe out, lowering down. So I'm really shooting forward like that cannon. So breath in, shoot forwards, breath in. As you breathe out, lowering down. Good. And again, breath in. Reaching up, breath in and out. Good. Now this time we're going to stay here. So breath in. As we breathe out, lifting up, reaching forwards. And we're going to stay here and add some leg lifts. So really working that bottom, extending that hip, and we're alternating sides. Good. Reaching over. Lovely. Each side here. We're going to do another 4. We're going to do 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to come back and lower down. Very good. We're going to do that again and add those leg lifts. So breath in. As we breathe out, lifting up, reach forward. Good. And we're going to do these leg lifts here. Good. Let's do another 8, 7, 6. Keep that core engaged. 4, 3, 2, 1. On the out breath, lowering down and back from here. Very good. Okay, let's just do that one last time. So breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up, reaching forwards. And again, we're going to do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breath in. As you breathe out, lowering down and lower those knees down. Well done. Let's just drop down. Just have a nice stretch out here. Breath in. as you breathe out, relaxing down into that stretch, really just relaxing down here. Just relax those shoulders, drop that bottom down onto your heels. Good, breath in and out again, relaxing down, lovely. And again, breath in and out. And again, one more breath in and out here, just relaxing down that little bit further. Good, and then we're going to walk our hands back up. And we're going to come round into a high kneeling position from here. Okay, so we're going to work our glutes and our bottoms a little bit more and do a side kick into kneeling. So my knees are that sort of hip width distance apart again. I'm going to have my hands behind your head and I want you to lean over to one side. We're reaching that hand down and we're going to stretch the opposite leg out. Okay, so we're going to raise my leg up to that hip height, and from here I'm going to glide the leg forwards and gliding it back. You can point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Good. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Very good. Now we can keep your hand on your head there, or you can just put your hand on your hip just to feel what's going on from there. So gliding that leg forwards and back. Keeping that control through that core is engaged, but my bottom's having to work really hard to keep that leg in that hip height position. Good, so gliding that leg forwards, gliding back. Well done. Glide forwards, glide back. Now as I'm gliding, I can point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back, keeping that control as I'm gliding forwards and gliding back from here. Very good. Lovely. So we're just going to do a few more, keeping that control, really working those bottom muscles as I'm gliding forwards and gliding back. Good. And let's do one more. Glide forwards and glide back. And then lower that leg back down, and then we're coming back up. And what you find is that leg you're kneeling on is actually working really hard as well. Okay, we'll do the same on the opposite side, so hands behind your head. We're going to reach down to that opposite side, stretch out that opposite leg. Core's engaged from here, so my weight's just sort of dropping down, hips straight down over that knee there. Okay, so I'm going to lift up that top leg just to that hip height, and I'm going to glide that leg forwards and gliding it back. Again, you can have your hand on that hip here if you want to. Just like we did before, we can point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. Point the toes to glide forward, flex the foot to glide back. So just keeping that leg and that hip height level if you can, really working through those bottom muscles. That core is engaged, really challenging that control around here as I'm gliding that leg forwards and back. Good. Glide forwards, glide back, keeping that leg in that hip height position. Good. Glide forwards, glide back. Well done. And again, gliding forwards, gliding back, keeping that control. Point the toes coming forward, flex the foot to glide back, trying to keep that leg at that hip height. This leg is working really hard as well. I can really feel my glutes kicking in on that lower leg. Well done. We'll do last few here. One more. Glide forwards, glide back, lower that leg down, and coming back to that kneeling position. Okay, so we're going to do some bottom kicks as well in this position now. So I'm going to come over to that opposite side again, reaching that leg, and we're going to come up with that leg just into this hip height position still. But from here, I'm going to kick that heel towards my bottom. So I'm going to do 8 kicks here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then relax that leg back down. And we do the same again on that opposite side. So I'm going to reach down, stretch that opposite leg out. That core is engaged, lifting that leg, and then my hand on my bottom, I'm going to kick my bottom. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then lower that leg down, and then coming back into that new. Let's come down and stretch out our glutes into our seated position from here. So from here, just have one leg just stretched out in front of us, and then we can put the opposite leg over. Good. And then I can use my hand just to support that leg. And I'm just going to turn and rotate to that leg I'm holding, just to feel that stretch into that bottom there. So just rotating around. Breath in and out here. On that out breath, just sink around into that stretch a little bit further, just to really stretch out those bottom muscles that we've worked. Good. And again, breath in and out. Just rotating around, looking around, breath in, really feeling that stretch through there. Holding that a little bit longer if you can. Good, breath in and out. And then bringing back to that centre. We're going to uncross that leg. We'll do the same on the opposite side. So crossing that leg over from here. And then we're just going to use our hand and turn around to that side we're holding. And just really feeling that stretch through that bottom. Breath in here. As you breathe out, just rotating around a little bit further. Good, breath in and out. Good, just holding this stretch, just feeling that through that bottom muscle there, just coming around. Good, breath in and out. Very good. Breath in and out again, well done. Holding that just a little bit longer, well done, breath in and out. And then coming back to that centre and just relaxing and bringing those legs back in from there. Fantastic, so we've given our glutes a really good workout today. I hope you've enjoyed the session. For more Pilates, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you can join us at our website at pilateslive.co.uk for regular online Pilates classes.